Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning into my channel. And I haven't done one of these types of videos in a minute, so I'm super excited to do it so you guys can get to know me a little bit more. You know, I used to do a lot of story times and all that, but I kind of haven't been doing that many. So yeah, this is a great way for you guys to kind of learn a little bit more about me and my whole wig journey. And thank you so much to Brit, the Hearts and Cake 90, for tagging me. I was feeling all special. I'm like, oh snap, I was tagged. Let me go ahead and do this. I did watch a few of the videos, but I didn't watch all of them. And I kind of skimmed through because I wanted to get the questions because I saw that Brit had some questions, but there were like two others that other people had that she didn't have. So I just try to put all the questions that I found. And I didn't want to kind of mess up kind of take people's answers or anything like that. So that's kind of why I was skimming through some of them. So I didn't hear like every answer that they had. But I'm definitely going to go back and rewatch the videos in the entirety. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. And if you're not part of the family, definitely be sure to hit the subscribe button, become one of my lovebirds. And if you're subscribed, definitely you may have to unsubscribe and subscribe back because the notifications haven't been coming through since they've been doing a lot of changes. So now let's go ahead and get into the questions. I have them on my iPod. First question, when and why did you start wearing wigs? So I started wearing wigs, I would say like back in like 2009, 2010. I think 2009 is kind of when I started getting into it, but I was more so doing drawstring ponytails at that time, so it wasn't really wigs. And then I upgraded and moved on to doing quick weaves. I was doing a few of those, and I also was doing a lot of half wigs. Half wigs was like my thing. And I've told this story before. I used to watch Muffins Is My Love and my girl April, and that's kind of how I got inspired to get into videos and kind of do my thing. Because I'm like, I love wigs. I'm always buying wigs. Why not share it with the world? So hence why I'm here now. And the reason why is mainly because of I was kind of lonely. I was going through a breakup. I was on this MySpace doing a lot of karaoke. And then I kind of discovered YouTube. And then I was watching videos as I would go out. And that's kind of where everything kind of started. What was the first wig that you ever reviewed? So I will link it down below because the video is still up. It was actually a 3-part video because back in those days, I don't remember how long the videos could be, but they couldn't be very long videos, and I didn't have any editing software, anything like that. I'm pretty sure that I recorded it on my computer. It was either on my phone or my computer with a webcam. So it was one of the two of them that I recorded it with. And it was super long. There were 3 parts to it. I left the part that was, I guess, the best part. I think it was the final part, which was actually the one that had the most views out of the 3 parts, is the one that I left up. And so I'll link that in the description area if you want to see how crazy I was back. I mean, I wasn't crazy, but you could just tell it was like a different version of me. I was just like kind of having fun, being silly. I mean, from 2010, I was just being a goofball. I didn't have any focus. I was just kind of doing whatever I wanted to do. I was doing monologues and makeup videos and all kind of stuff that just are not things that I necessarily would do right now or do right now. Actually, I still do monologues. I just do it on my 3rd channel. It was the Goddess Bump and the Half Wig Riya were my 2 first wigs that I pretty much did. I think there was another one too, but I must have deleted it. But when I went back and looked into on my channel, those are the main 2 that I had. Those were the first 2 that show up. Is Half Wig Riya, which was it reminds me of Annie. If you remember Outre Annie. And then this one. How many wigs do you currently own? Honey child, I have no idea. That's not even a question. I have a bin with a whole ton load of wigs. And then I have another area that I have like human hair wigs that I created myself through the line that I have. So yeah, I don't know. I can't even like guess. I would say maybe 50 because I do sell a lot of them on my website, as you guys know. And I also give, like the ones that I wouldn't sell, I kind of give those away to like this charity that I work with. So those are like, so I don't have as many as I used to have. And I'm trying to give some more away because I have a whole bunch more that, like I said, it's not wigs that I would sell. So I'm going to give them away. But I got to reach out to the lady again. I haven't been able to get in contact with her. Short, medium, or long wigs. For me, I don't really like the way I look in short wigs. Like, I'll do them here and there. I don't think I did any last year, or if I did, it was probably 1 or 2. This year, I haven't really done any super short, like pixie or anything like that. I've been kind of thinking about maybe doing it, but to be honest, usually I feel like I look older. You know, the goal for me, especially at my age, is to look younger, not to me trying to talk about let's look older. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the vibe with that. So for me, it's either medium or long, and not like super long, like 30, 40 inches, because those get tangled for me and I get frustrated really quickly, especially if they're synthetic. So I'll keep it like around 20 inches. It's a comfortable length for me. 22 inches. Anything past that is kind of a little stretching it. Like, that's like, it has to be a really beautiful wig for me, and something that's like curly maybe for me to talk about I'm doing over 22 inches. Like on a real everyday basis. I mean, I'll definitely model it for you guys or review it for you guys, but as far as me wearing it myself, yeah. So medium and long. And definitely like bob lengths. Certain ones I do like, but it has to be like a certain bob length. Bold or conservative colors. I don't know. I am both. It depends on where I'm going, what I'm doing. I'll do either conservative or I'll do bold, especially now that I'm not working in the corporate field anymore. I'm not in HR. I am able to kind of like express myself more and do what I want to do. I don't have to be restricted. And, you know, because when I used to come, like, don't get me wrong, because I used to still come into the office with certain colors on certain days. But it's like everybody be like, oh my gosh, like it'll be the talk of the town. And I'm like, you know, you don't always want to have a whole bunch of attention, especially when you're like the only black person there. It's kind of like, yeah, she's from the hood or she's ghetto, you know? And I try to avoid that usually. I try to stay low key when I was working. But now it's just like whatever I feel like wearing, wherever I'm going. If I feel like it'll look good with my outfit, then I'll wear it. Favorite wig brand. I would say my favorite wig brands are Sensationnel and Bobbi Boss. I feel like those are the two that have consistently given me really good wigs. Like, I've had maybe a few bad ones, but it's very rare that I get a bad Bobbi Boss wig or a bad Sensationnel wig. The worst wigs you've ever tried. I can't really think of an actual wig per se, like, because I've done so many wigs, it's hard for me to remember. Y'all could definitely check out my worst wigs of 2017. That can kind of give you an insight of the wigs that I didn't like from last year. But for this year, or just in general, I don't know. I just feel like Vivica Fox wigs are usually a miss for me. I usually don't really like them. Like, I'll be able to review them and I'll try to put my personal feelings out of it. But I feel like a lot of times those wigs tend to age me, or they don't look as realistic as I would like them to look. Also, Dressily wigs. I remember I did 4 of those, and I think only 1 was acceptable. The rest of the 3 of them was just like, no girl, that is not cute. All right, let's see what else we have. Where do you purchase most of your wigs? I purchase most of my wigs. It depends. Well, it's always online. But the places that I usually go, I have a video on that showing a list of them. The main one is Wig Types, but there's a few others. I'll be sure to list that video in the description area with the questions, so you guys can definitely check out that video. I'll put the link in the description area where it has like my top 7 wig places to purchase, or places to purchase wigs. Oh man. Following that, we have, how does your significant other feel about you wearing wigs? Honey, he loves my wigs. I mean, before he came, I was doing videos. And when he was my friend, I was doing videos. When I met him, I wasn't doing videos as yet. I was just starting to get into the online world. Like when I actually first met him as a friend, I wasn't really into videos as yet. But as we grew, as like we came back and rekindled things, yeah, I was already doing videos. So he already knew that was my thing. And he's seen the switch up game was strong. So he knows, like, this is what I do. And he loves it. I mean, he's never told me he has a problem with it. There are certain ones that he does like more than others. But above all, he loves when I have my hair out. So sometimes I do try to leave my hair out. He loves to wash my hair. It's so weird. So yeah, I do. He doesn't have a problem with it. He loves it, and he knows this is my thing, and it's going to be my thing regardless. You know what I mean? Like, even if he had a problem with it, it's like, okay, I'm sorry, but this is what I do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, you're going to have to deal with it. Like, maybe I'll minimize it when we're together, maybe, perhaps, but not even. Like, deal with it or that's it. It's some things that you just, I was seeing Darts and Cupcake said as well, you know, Britt said, she was like, you know, there's some things that people tend to compromise too much for others, and that's one thing that I would not see myself compromising, because I don't feel like that's something that's detrimental or anything, you know, and it's just kind of, it's my accessory. That's like telling me don't wear my earrings, or, you know, don't put on my contacts, you know, like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I've been doing what I want to do. Have you ever had any embarrassing moments happen with your wigs? Honey child, I think I told y'all one back on a story time that I did where my wig pretty much came off in the freaking strip club, and my freaking friends, well, they were all drunk too. So I'm like, thank goodness. That was like a few years ago. So I guess, and plus in that particular strip club, like people can't really have their phones out like that. But I'm like, I saw pictures and I'm like, but nobody put these pictures up anywhere. I was like, yo, I will F all y'all up. But I was looking at the pictures like, y'all really let me be, because I was super drunk. Like, I was like nodding off. I was like, y'all really let me be, like, y'all really took pictures of me looking like this. I'm like, nobody could have pulled out my wig a little bit, you know? I'm like, I walked outside looking like this. Yo, that's crazy. Thank God I don't even remember none of that. And another time was when I was coming home from the supermarket. I had mad bags in my hand. Mind you, I had to come on the train and everything. I seen like one dude looking at me, but I didn't know why he was looking at me. Come to find out, my wig was like all the way back here. I don't know if it was the wind or, I mean, that was before the wig grip bands, okay? Wig grip bands have saved the day on a consistent basis. Got off the train, I was walking to my house, and something tell me to look in, you know, like look at your reflection in a car. Why I looked at my reflection, my wig was like all the way back here. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was on the train like this. I'm looking like a high class bum or something like that. Cause I mean, I had on decent clothes. I had a whole bunch of bags. I wasn't looking like a snack or nothing like that. Cause I was just going to the store, but honey, it was a bad situation. Any crazy situations with wig companies? So I've had several wig companies play me out, and y'all know from the story times, as a lot of times it's the Asian wig companies that I have problems with, like overseas. There was one that starts with China. I'm not going to say the company name, but there's one that starts with the word China that reached out to me a few years ago. I did one review for them. The hair was okay. Matter of fact, I think I did. Yeah, I think it was one review I did for them. Hair was pretty good. They paid me. They reached out to me again, maybe like back in 2016, asked me to do a wig review. I agreed. Asked me what my rate is. I told them what my rate is, which is, it was around the same rate as it was before. So they never sent the wig. They never reached out to me, never did nothing. I try to hit them up. Nothing, no response. I try to message them on Instagram, like, why did you guys ask me to do a review? Ask me for my address, where to send the wig, and then I didn't get anything, you know, and they pretty much shitted on me. Then, following that, there was another company. I mean, they did, like, let's say like 2 months ago, they hit me up again, and something told me don't respond, but I'm like, you know what? A lot of people, I'm like, maybe they changed management. A lot of people that I see that do wig reviews, they work with this company. Like, there's people that have a whole ton load of subscribers that work with this company, and I know that they pay these people. So I'm like, you know what, maybe they've changed. Same thing happened again. I'm just like really over them, and I told them I was gonna probably do a video about them, but I don't even care, to be honest, because it's not even that serious. It's kind of like, it's kind of messed up because it kind of shows you that their customer service really ain't good as you think it is, especially because the people that they work with, you would think like, wow, this company is so good, but nah, like they full of it. And there's another actual, you know, like a regular synthetic wig brand. They reached out to me as well. And this company starts with a J. And to be honest, I was so excited because one of the first, not the first, but one of the first companies that I ever bought wigs for, or, you know, bought wigs, the brand, it was this particular company, this synthetic wig company. I mean, they also have human hair now. And I noticed they're doing weave promotions and stuff like that. But they reached out to me, asked me to do a video. I agreed to actually do 2 videos, and I have these videos on private on my channel. This was either earlier this year or last year that it happened. One of the wigs is called Coral, and then there's another wig. That probably kind of gives you a gaze of what company it is. And I agreed, I did the videos, made sure it was done within a timely fashion, maybe like 1 week, reached out to them, no response. Reached out about 3 times, no response. I also hit them up on Instagram. They said, oh, I apologize. We're going to make sure that somebody reaches out to you. You know, I didn't know that was going to happen. Blah, 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 blah. Apologetic. Still, no one reached out to me. So I was just like, you know what? F it. At the end of the day, I'll just count my losses. I'm not putting the video out there, and that's it. You know, I definitely learned a while ago not to just put the videos out there, because at the end of the day, they're getting views and you're getting nothing. So you always make sure, if you do the video, you do it, you send it to them, get it unlisted. I mean, send it to them unlisted, and then, that's my cousin calling me. And then from there, you go ahead and you collect your money, and then you put the video up public. That's how you got to do it. Crazy thing about it is, somebody told me they did something like that, and the company kind of put a dispute out, and they got their money back. So even with that, now they starting to find little loopholes and stuff like that. But that really crushed me, to be honest, because I work with synthetic companies, and this is a US company, you know what I mean? So that shit really hurt me at the end of the day. But you know what? I bounced back, and I was just like, you know what? F it. That just wasn't for me. The top 3 favorite wigs of all time. Definitely this one. This one's Bobbi Boss Emma. All you got to do is flat iron it, and you good to go. And it's human hair, so you can flat iron it, which means it's going to last quite a bit. So I like that about this wig. Also, the MLC, I actually got 4 wigs since I included this one. I didn't think of this one. The MLC 199 by Shad Newborn Free. That one is a poppin' wig. I still wear that one sometimes, even though now it's starting to get kind of old. I'll probably have to throw it away soon. But on quick runs and things like that, I wear that one. The RT07, I actually rebought that wig, and I barely ever rebuy a wig. That's how you know I liked it. The only thing I don't like about it is that it has the hard lace, but that wig is a really nice wig. It's just, every time I wear that one, it's like, people ask me all types of questions because I got it in a gray color too. And freetress Talia, that one was a pretty wig. I mean, there's probably others that I really like that just, these are the 3 that came up off the top of my head. What was the first wig video that went viral? I mean, if you're saying, I don't know what viral per se. I mean, the first video that kind of brought me back in was that Sensational Bump It video, which was my first video because I saw that it had thousands of views. I was like, oh snap. I mean, it doesn't have that many now. It has like 16,000. But at that time, me not being a video creator, that was huge for me. But right now, the biggest wig video, because I have other videos that don't have anything to do with wigs. They're like contact videos that went viral, I guess you can say. But the biggest wig video is Sensational Evelyn. That one is like over 100,000 views, which is pretty cool. If you had a wig that embodied you, what would it look like? I think for me it would probably be two styles, because there are two styles that are my favorite right now, which is like a curly nice wig, of course burgundy, and probably a nice cute bob that comes to right here, kind of like the MLC 199. Okay, and I think this is the last question. What do you think of the wig community in YT and online in general? I think that we don't get enough credit. I definitely think that. I know some of the girls mentioned that there are wig groups. To be honest, I'm just in and out of wig groups. I just kind of skim through quickly. I'll like a few things and then I'm out, because there's a lot of things that tend to go on in there, or a lot of like talking about people, or I mean, not always, certain groups, and I'm just not the one for it. Like, I'm not trying to get into all that stuff. I feel like this is my business and I don't want to get into all the gossip and all that other stuff, or laughing at people. I would rather uplift than to laugh at them. But some of them are really positive, like wig slayers. I've seen them be very positive. And sometimes I've had issues where, you know, maybe I tried to follow the same rule throughout, so I don't have to keep on doing different things and spending too much time on Facebook or on those types of things in general. So I try to like copy and paste to different websites, and some of them, they have their own rules where you have to put in the comment section or something like that. And for me, like, just kind of remembering that when I'm trying to like promote myself, it's just not something that I'm able to do, or that I want to try to do, to remember, to be honest. So I've had some instances where I just kind of relieved myself, because people kind of was like, oh, I got to take that down, or you didn't follow the rules. And I'm just like, it's not that serious. Like, don't come at me like that. You know, like, I'm not going to show my ass right now. So, you know what? I'm just going to remove myself. So I have removed myself from some wig groups. And yeah, it is what it is. I mean, no shade to them. You know, definitely everybody has a business and they know how they want to run it. And it's just, it doesn't go into my time schedule and how I like to do things. It's making it a lot more difficult for me. And to be honest, like, I just started really getting into like posting my stuff in there, like really like late last year to this year, because it just wasn't something that I was thinking about or I was doing. But I noticed that a lot of my wig friends do that, so I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and try to do it. Like, maybe it might help, you know, with getting people to view my stuff that may not have known about me or whatever. So I mean, it's good in general. And as far as like the wig community, like I said, I feel like we don't get enough respect. It's not the same thing like the beauty girls, because the beauty girls, the girls that just do makeup, they get like, I feel like a lot of them get more respect, and they're demanding more than we do, because so many of the people in the wig community, they're just okay. Like, they came on here just because they're like, oh snap, I can get some free hair, you know, and that's what's driven them. That's what excited them. For me, I never even knew about all that stuff. So I guess maybe that too is why I have a different mentality. When I came on here, it was just for fun. It was just because I was like, you know, I was chilling or whatever. But as I got older, I started learning that there was a business to be made, and that I can build and create something from this. Like, it wasn't just a hobby that I was pouring money into. I can actually get stuff back, especially because my equipment, I have a MacBook, I have a freaking Canon 70D, I have lights. You know, it's like so many things that go into all this that are not free, but they expect you to do that. Like, my makeup isn't free. I wear MAC. You know what I mean? Like, all that stuff is not free, but they expect you to come on here, and they just think that you're just going like this, hey guys, look at my new wig video, you know, and it's not like that. At least, I mean, for some people maybe, but for me it's not like that, because I've always wanted to have, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it to the best of my capabilities. And that's kind of what I've done. And I'm happy that I invested in these things, because now I don't have to worry about them. They're all paid off now and I'm good, you know? I just feel like more people should we should more speak to each other about different things, like, you know, maybe like money or whatever. That way we don't get bullshitted, you know what I mean? Like, we don't get taken advantage of. Because I know there was even a company that I reached out to. No, actually, they reached out to me and they told me that they don't pay. And then they end up telling me, I was like, I know that you pay, because I see the people that you work with, and those people would not do your videos without you giving them some type of compensation. Then they're like, I'm like, I know for a fact. And then they're like, oh yes, actually, we do pay, but our budget is filled right now. I'm like, you know what? Well, when things change, you can reach back out to me, because at the end of the day, I'm not pressed. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that serious. And now I see that you have no integrity because you tried to lie to me and talk to me like I was a little kid. I had to tell another company, this should have went with that other question. I had to tell another company, like, I'm a grown woman. I've worked in marketing for 11 years, you know, and I was in HR as well. It was an HR marketing company. I know how this works. Please do not try to come to me and tell me this or tell me that. And you know what? They respected me after that because they realized that I wasn't messing around. So sometimes you got to get ballsy. Sometimes it backfires, because I've had it like where they're like, well, sucks to be you. Oh, well, you know, and those are just the people that are not for me at the end of the day. So yeah, that's how I kind of feel about the wig community. Just want to see us thrive more, get more respect. Shout out to my girls like The Brilliant Beauty and Taste Pink, because I feel like they're getting up there. Also, Muffins is My Lovers, like those people and others, they're getting up there. So it's kind of showing like, okay, this is a serious genre. This is a serious community. Let's take them seriously. There is money to be made. I mean, the more people that do well is the more of us that can have opportunities to do well. So I'm definitely, you know, applauding my sisters, and I want to see our little community thrive. So yeah, I want to also tag a few people. Some of them I think they've already been tagged. And if you guys know them, you can definitely let them know about this video. You can send them the video or tag them and let them know that I tagged them or whatever. I'm going to see if hopefully I can find them on Instagram and tag them or whatever. So the people I tag is Lovely LaShawn, Ivy MUA, Muffins is My Lovers, Bodied by Kira, Jess the Dragoness, Rabiana Simone, Dollface Lyric. I actually just found out about her like last week, but I love her videos. She's so pretty too. The Brilliant Beauty, Catherine Beto. Sorry, girl. I love her spirit, and she's so cool. I talk to her sometimes on Instagram. Rayanne 410, Sasha Fierce 411, Dee Dee's World, Jolene Forbes, that's my Caribbean sister right there. I see you, girl. And Natural Joy 86. I don't know if there's any other people. I'm sorry if it's not, but I'll put their names down below, and y'all can tag anybody else, you know. Let them know this thing is going on and you want to see them talk about their experiences. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one.